having worked on the continent for 15 years around issues of development and human rights, I can't believe that I didn't realize we had such a gem in our crown. Some of you, I saw some names, know me as a very radical, anti-philanthropy, pro-decolonizing, and very proud Pan-African. So you might be wondering, what do I do now working at the Hewlett Foundation? Stan, the article that you posted will give some of the answers. Thank you very much. I think I was always looking for an answer to the bravery, the self-sacrifice that I saw in my comrades as an activist. And in my last position before I joined the Hewlett Foundation, I was working for Amnesty International. And what was always putting a lot of shame on me as a regional coordinator for youth and activism on the continent was when we had trained and advised rioting people to say, yes, you need a change in your country, yes, we will work with you. Then the issue of money would come and we would very embarrassedly say, sorry, we don't have the money. And so this is what has drawn me to this organization, is that the Hewlett Foundation that I joined now 6 months, a little more, 8 months ago, says that it's a foundation that is trying to do governance support and development and human rights support in a different way. Some of the questions that were asked around, do you do core funding or project funding? I think all of us sitting around this virtual table of funders have heard recommendation times and times again. Hewlett is trying to walk the talk, walk the walk, I never know, saying that 1, we believe in core funding. 2, we believe in long-term partnerships. 3, on very horizontal partnership, meaning everything we heard from Professor Lumumba, which is very true for a number of funders. We are trying not to be that kind of funder. We don't believe in harassing people around for reports, in directing their agendas, and you can hold me to this. And we also believe that, the program officers that are being brought to the table now in the foundation are very different from those that were brought around the table 10 years ago. I'm the first African, not even African woman, but I'm the first African to be hired outside of the US. And after me, another comrade was hired. And I think this signals a will not only to listen politely to the ground, but to bring within the midst of the foundation some people who might have different views. Where are our different views? My predecessors believed heavily in the fact that to solve the crisis that our continent is going through, and also Mexico, which is another place where we operate as a transparency, participation, and accountability team, that the solution lied in ensuring that we monitor what the government, we support those who monitor what government does around providing services, that we support 2/3 of our portfolio around INGOs who work on water sector or health or sanitation, and that we really focus at global norm setting. And that, yes, when we can, we support at the local level some initiatives that might be groundbreaking. One thing that I think we do differently is that, for instance, you wouldn't see a call for proposal from the Hewlett Foundation. Some people might say that this is a gatekeeping exercise and it's better to open it to the world. But I think what is good is that we have the latitude as program officer to identify some opportunities within the countries where we work. And when you have the chance that I got, which is to join at a time where people are reviewing their strategy, we bring our own beliefs into the process. And this is why we have shifted towards movement building, towards looking at how do we support the ecosystem of civil society within the countries where we work. We speak about supporting, I think it's work in progress at the moment. We are saying that it's underserved populations, for a lack of a better word. We are still looking for help in finding the right term, but we haven't defined that in the 5 to 6 countries where we want to focus our efforts. Why? Because we believe it's not for us to decide that. It's for people on the ground to decide and to help us co-create country implementation plans in Kenya, in Senegal, in Ghana, in Burkina Faso, in Mexico, and in Tanzania. We are hoping to do that in the next month. And we really, I think Margaret said a lot that we are trying to do. I think Ford is the big sister on that side. And I think it comes from the fact that they also attracted a lot of radical feminist activists and human rights activists within their ranks. We are really hoping that we can address in those countries the asymmetries of power wherever they lie, not only between government and civil society, but even within the ranks of civil society, and that we will try to do that by looking at of course, the usual transparency angles around information, media, and governance, other governance structure, but that we really want to focus on the participatory element and looking at, for a lack of a better word again, who we are leaving behind. So I think, for me, I regret that this platform stopped me from hearing everyone. But what I have heard and what I read in the nice notes that Stan provided are things that we are trying to do at the Hewlett Foundation. And I think that in the next 5 years, what we want to see as a shift in the world of philanthropy is for more funders to join us in this humble acknowledgement that we are just hosted for lunch and that we are not here to stay for dinner. Thank you.